Looking for the new exotics in Warlords of New York? Here's how you can get all of them that we know of so far, explained as succinctly as possible. To obtain the Bighorn assault rifle, you need to play strongholds on legendary difficulty. The strongholds that allow legendary difficulty are in DC and include the District Union Arena, Roosevelt Island, and Capitol Building. Each time you kill a named enemy, you have a 5% drop chance to obtain this weapon. The mission that I've seen the most people farm this weapon on is District Union Arena. You will need a near god build and a good team to clear this activity. If you're looking for a team, I highly suggest using the LFG community to team up and acquire this weapon if you don't have a crew. The talent of Bighorn reads, when scoped, switches to semi-automatic fire mode, dealing 450% weapon damage with each shot.
We have it!
To obtain the Lady Death SMG, you need to kill any of the named bosses in New York. It has a 3% drop chance per kill, and there are 22 world bosses. Once a boss has been killed, you need to wait 30 minutes until they respawn to get another attempt at this weapon. You can sometimes get a second chance at a drop if you switch to a friend's game world after killing a boss in your world. There are 10 boss spawn locations, starting with those that I found the easiest to farm and those that I used to acquire this weapon. A quick note about world bosses. You don't need to go to all the locations to kill all the world bosses. I would say I got about 15 of 22 of them just going to the one on the lower section of the map. That said, here's where they all spawn. Boss 1, the first boss spawns in Battery Park near the Diamond in the Christmas Market. You'll see them come over at the top of this hill. Boss spawn location 2. This boss can be found to the east of Battery Park near the building's intersection. Boss spawn location 3 is in the financial district right above the L-shaped dock of the far left of this district. Boss spawn location 4. You'll often find this boss underneath the highway or taking part in a mission nearby. If you follow the highway, you should find him there. Boss spawn location 5. Just south of the settlement here, you'll find a boss wandering near the public square where executions sometimes take place. Boss spawn location 6. This one is in Civic Center near the top of the map. It's actually right near the safe house. Boss spawn location 7. Also in Civic Center just south of the control point, you'll find another boss. I would usually encounter them underneath the highway. Boss spawn location 8. Just southwest of the safe house in the Two Bridges area. Boss spawn location 9. Southeast of the safe house in the Two Bridges area, you'll sometimes see a territory control section or public execution here. That's where you'll find the boss. Boss spawn location 10. One of the harder to get to areas, I would usually avoid this section of the map as those on the southern portion of the map are much easier to get to. However, if you wander up here, the boss will spawn near this checkpoint. The talent on Lady Death is Breathe Free. When moving, you gain 4 stacks per second or 8 stacks if sprinting, up to 40 stacks total. Each round fired consumes a stack, amplifying damage by 60%, kills grant 20% movement speed for 10 seconds. To get the Bullet King LMG, you need to run any Rikers mission. The mission I recommend running to obtain this weapon is Wall Street in New York. You can do this on normal for a 1% drop chance, hard for a 3% drop chance, challenging for a 5% drop chance, or heroic for a 7% drop chance. I prefer to run on challenging as you can clear it faster, but you can run on heroic if you prefer. This only drops on the final boss. Its talent is Bullet Hell, and it means that the weapon never needs to be reloaded. The Tardigrade Armor System Chestpiece is acquired from killing bosses at the end of True Sun's missions. You can do this on normal for a 1% drop chance, hard for a 3% drop chance, challenging for a 5% drop chance, or heroic for a 7% drop chance. I recommend farming the Lincoln Memorial mission to acquire this armor. Its talent is ablative nanoplating that makes it so whenever you or any ally's armor breaks, they gain 80% of your armor as a bonus for 10 seconds. The Imperial Dynasty holster is acquired from killing bosses at the end of cleaners missions. You can do this on normal for a 1% drop chance, hard for a 3% drop chance, challenging for a 5% drop chance, or heroic for a 7% drop chance. I recommend farming the Stranded Tanker Story mission in New York to acquire this weapon. Its talent is Dragon's Glare. While in combat, it applies burn to the enemy closest to you within 20 meters. It has a 40-second cooldown. To acquire the Acosta's Go Bag backpack, you need to open any faction crates in the world. Each crate you open only has a 3% chance to drop the backpack. To find the faction crates, I recommend heading over to division2map.com, clicking Hide All, and then clicking Locked Crate. This will show the location of every crate in both DC and New York, depending on which map is selected. To see which keys you have, go into your inventory, tab over to Resources, and then go to Keys. You can see which factions you have keys for, and then hunt those easy-to-reach crates down on the map. There are a ton in DC that you can open in the world without having to go into a mission. If you need to farm for keys, an excellent place to do this is in the sewer system of either New York or DC. Just running around in the West Potomac Park sewers netted me around 5 keys per run. Note, however, that once you loot keys and once you open these chests, it does take until the next reset for them to reappear. The talents on the bag include One in the Hand, damaging an enemy with a grenade grants +1 skill tier for 15 seconds, grants overcharge if already at skill tier 6, and Two in the Bag that grants +1 armor kit capacity, +3 grenade capacity, +25% ammo capacity, +10% repair skills, and +10% status effects.
Fucking hell!
Dizzy!
I'm getting eaten up here!
I hear you!
Gotcha!
Let's do this! Stand there!
To acquire the NinjaBike Messenger Kneepads, you'll need to hop into the Dark Zone and keep an eye out for supply drops. My team split so that each of us were in one of the Dark Zone areas, and every time we saw a supply drop, we would run to that location. Each supply drop has only a 3% drop chance. Once you clear out the enemies, you will have a chance to loot the crate found in this location, and if you get it, you will see that it pops up in your inventory once looting the crate. Once you've acquired the knee pads, you'll still need to extract them from the Dark Zone. Once extracted, they will then be in your inventory. The talent on the knee pads is Parkour. Parkour makes it so that performing a cover-to-cover or vaulting action reloads your drawn weapon.
Grenade in the air!
To get the Coyote's Mask exotic, you simply need to level up your Season Pass to level 35 and it will be added to your inventory. If you play after Season 1 of Warlords of New York, the developers at Massive have heavily hinted that you'll be able to get the mask from the Coyote boss found at the end of the Jefferson Trade Center mission. After you've acquired it once, you'll be able to acquire it again from mask targeted loot locations on the map. The talent on Coyote's mask is Pack Instincts. You and all allies gain a bonus based on the distance of the last enemy you hit. 0 to 15 meters gives you a 25% critical hit damage boost. 15 to 25 meters will give you a 10% critical hit damage boost and a 10% critical hit chance boost. 25 meters will give you a 25% critical hit chance boost.
Domesticated crew sounds busy. We'll be looking for some kind of...
At the time of this recording, we still do not know where the exotic Regulus pistol drops, and we don't know where the exotic rifle, the Ravenous, drops. It does seem like those will be a part of the new raid launching in spring 2020. Keep an eye on this channel for an update when they become available, and wish me luck on getting those 3 elusive exotics that I'm still chasing.